Hello, Socks. Are you enjoying being on the couch with Mama T? We've got the air conditioning going. We've got lots of clutter because Mama T's busy decoupaging. But we've also got lots of happiness. And it's been raining today, hasn't it, Socks? That was a bit of a bummer, but we knew the rain was coming because we saw the moon bow the other night, around the full moon. Yes. It's all lovely. What did you say, Socks? What did you say? He says, oh, the pussy rats are here. That light's quite bright in my eyes. But I'm a happy cat. I'm a happy cat. Aren't you, Socks? You're the last of the cats. The last surviving pussy cat. Oh, it was very sad. It was very sad when we lost Penny and Sophie. He says, well, actually, I'm kind of happy because I'm the numero uno pussycat now. The numero uno one. I know, smoocher, smoocher. Mr. Numero Uno. Hey? Handsome boy. Handsome boy. Oh yes, I know. You're a very handsome, lovely boy. We love you. We do love you a lot. We love the handsome boy a lot. You enjoy being in the lounge. You're normally on the dining table or on your queen size bed, being king of the Holland Park domain. But I thought, it's time you were calling out. He was going, meow, 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 meow. All this meowing means he wants some extra attention. So I brought him in here and we've been watching TV. But he thought the TV was too loud. So I turned it off to make this video. You see? We got to appeal to all the pussy ratsy tastes. Because here's that. Look at all that fur we lost now. Look at all that on my cushion. Oh my goodness. He's molting everywhere. But he's the number one man cat of the house now. Yes. And Beauregard's the number one dog of the house. And Charlie, who I thought was the number one man bird of the house, is now a ladybird. Charlie is a ladybird. Okay, that was a bit of a shock, but we're coming to terms with the fact that Charlie is now a girl. Yes? Socks says that's not even logical, Mama T. If Charlie's laying eggs, she was always a girl. I know, but it was a mind flip because I didn't know. I didn't know she was a girl. I thought Charlie was a boy. Yes. I know. We're coming to terms with it. We're all very happy though. Do you have a message for the people, Socks? Socks says, I just want more scratches and cuddles. I want more sweet loving. I'm a sweet loving fur child. Yes, absolutely. So good night from us. Say good night to the people, Socks. Say good night to the people, Socks. Say hello, goodbye, I love you. I'm an animaniac. Yes, are you an animaniac? He says, no, I just know what I like. I'm a very determined pussycat. Who are you staring at? Who are you staring at now, Socks? Probably the jealous dog's underneath us. Is the jealous doggy underneath us? Probably the jealous dog is underneath us. Where are you going now? Where? Excuse me? Where are you going? He says, there's nowhere to move. There's too much clutter, Mama T. When you're going to stop with the decoupaging? I'll stop with the decoupaging when it's all finished, okay? I've only got like 3 more cases to go. I've half done some of them. I've just got to keep going till it ends. Socks. Till it ends. Now you see, Socksy, look at what I've done. I'm a very clever mummy. Sort of clever. Oh, that's all the paper I made. It's sort of I'm waiting to iron it. There's that one. And there's that one. The sari that was like the rotting silk has actually turned a funny greenish colour. But that's okay because it was like turmeric stained paper anyway, so it's stained the sari like a goldy green. The gold flecks are still through it, and some of the pink stayed. And there's that one. This is all waiting to be ironed. It's actually turned out quite good considering I haven't ironed it yet. And this one I'm quite proud of. I don't know why. I think it's because I like the gold. Mama T always did like shiny goldy things. Yes. It's all very lovely. Can you see the gold flecks? Gold flecks. And that one's, oh, I don't know what happened with that one. I think I just, yeah. This is the back, the yellow. It stayed yellow on the back, but on the front it went sort of a paler beigey colour. And the rose petal, ground rose petals, dried rose petals, turned a weird greeny colour too, which is weird because I would have thought they would have gone pink, but nope. So there's that. What else have we got to show the people, Socks? Show the people, Socksy. Show the people. Okay, so here we have, I'll just see if it's dry. Oh, yes, it's dry. It's dry, it's dry. It's dry. Probably could wait a little bit longer. I mean, it is dry, but I might give it a bit longer to harden before I start playing with it. But anyway, I'll show you. I've showed you this before, but this is completely finished now because I actually re-lacquered along here because they were all runs and it looked kind of horrible. So it looks really good now. This is the school port. They call in Queensland a school case a port. I don't know, it's an old-fashioned name for it. But anyway, so that was a postcard or letter from my Auntie Lottie in Germany. That's how old that is. It's probably from the 80s or 90s. Yeah, this could actually go another coat, actually, to be honest. Oh, but I'm sick of playing with it, so enough is enough. And there's some, like, pictures from Renoir and some lace and some old, that was pieces of, like, braiding or whatever that I liked. It had a little diamante in it. So I cut bits off, put that on there. And these are also braid. These are all from my mother. That's how old they are. Goodness knows how old they really are. And that's from a birthday card someone gave me, and that's from children's books. And that's just, that's from the museum or the art gallery. I think I actually bought that card. So this is all stuff that I have had lying around for many, many years. This is new. These were new. These are from the $2 shop. And this is ancient. This one, the old-fashioned stickers. And I made these out of hologram type card that I had. Out of a magazine. What else have I got on here? Oh yeah, that's from a birthday card. And then inside, oh, it looks a bit dusty, but that's just because I sanded it before I lacquered it again. So some more of that lace. This card was given to me by a lady called Ruth Tarlai, who used to was a lay reader at Temple Shalom when I first came to Brisbane in 1988. And within a very short time of joining that temple, I think in 1989, an evil, frickin' slanderous bitch accused me of being a Nazi, and it caused me 2 years of trauma, having to fight to clear my name, which was utterly ridiculous, since any logical person would know that I was born in New Zealand in 1965, and although I had a German mother who survived the Nazi regime in World War II, I also had a Dutch concentration camp surviving de facto stepfather. So although I came from a background that was a perfect storm for me to become a Nazi, I actually converted to Judaism when I was 19 in 1984. And we came here in 1988, my husband and I and my 2 small babies, and thought we were going to have a beautiful life here in Brisbane, Australia. And then the savage viciousness and envy and spite started. So this lady, Ruth Tarlai, at some stage sent me this lovely greeting card. And she was kind to me and supported me in my campaign to clear my name. And she was an Irish Jewish lady from Ireland, born in Ireland originally. And I think she was a scientist or science teacher by profession. I think she was actually a scientist. Anyway, she was very kind to me. She didn't suffer fools, and could be quite stern at times, but she was a lovely woman. And so she took me under her wing when I arrived here, and we used to do Friday night Kabbalah Shabbat services together. And I would stand there in front of the bema, and we would open up the ark where the Torahs were held. And then, funnily enough, it's how I discovered she was actually an atheist. Because I said to her, "Oh, can you feel the holiness and the energies coming from the Torahs?" And she looked at me like I'd grown an extra head, and she said, "I don't know what you're talking about, I'm an atheist," which I found incredibly funny. And she thought I was incredibly strange too, with my God-bothering spirituality and my faith in the Eternal One, even though in those days I had many, many reasons already to turn against God and not believe anymore, as I was certainly put through the mincer by human beings, but you get that. Now this was, I can't remember, I think that was from a wrapping paper of a present my daughter gave me some years ago, and I loved it so much because I'm a very strange person. I love art, and although I'm Jewish, I have a passion for illuminated manuscripts. I think they're exquisite, all the artwork that goes into them. So this is obviously a copy of an illuminated manuscript, and it's George of the Dragon, which I believe is St. George is the patron saint of Wales, I think, or is it Scotland? Anyway, someone will correct me. I'm pretty sure St. George was in charge of Wales though. Anyway, and here's some more quirky this was from a birthday card, and this is from some old lace that I found in Mum's collection that I have in my possession. And that's an old crystal that had a bit of a chip on it, so I thought, well, we can use it for decoupage, and I love it. It looks like an evil eye. You open up the case and there's like this, hits you right in the eyeball. And for some weird and quirky reason, I decided to put an Easter bunny right next to it. I guess I'm down the rabbit hole with Alice and the mad Red Queen. There's another little quirky little Diamante thing. But look, honestly, my inner child is just delighted. The only thing was, with all the resin that was on this leather, and the old leather, it snapped off. So that's a bit of a bummer. Don't know what to do about that, because that stops the case from flipping back. But what actually happened was, because of its age and everything, rusting, this darn freaking latch broke. So I'm going to have to hold the case together with some kind of belt anyway. But anyway, here is the Lady of Shalott. I think that's that one. Or is it the Belle Dame Sans Merci? No, I think it's the Lady of Shalott. And love hearts. I've got love hearts everywhere because I'm craving having a love partner, which hasn't happened in, oh my goodness, in 55 and a half years. So I just, I'm manifesting love like a bitch, but it's quite sweet really. And here's some more quirky modern day stickers I put on. I really like those, they're 3D. And that's from wrapping paper. That's from an art catalogue, famous artists, can't remember their name. I think I should learn their name if I'm going to display their art, but oh, this is going to need sanding down. Little sharp edges there. Well, it's almost finished, almost, except for the sharp edges. And then on this side, I have to show you, just don't move socks, don't freak out socks. This one, I could never bear to part with it. It was given to me in 1979 as a birthday card from my much beloved childhood friend Lynn Robertson, who now is too busy to keep contact with me, so screw that honey, I've blocked her and deleted her on Facebook. Which was agonising and hurtful because I have trouble letting go of people I truly love. But anyway, here's a memento from Lynn Robertson. On the back of it was a poem that she wrote. I think I kept a copy of the poem in my Facebook. I think I took a photo of it. But anyway, it's a dragon and some kind of beautiful tree. And I whacked a little butterfly on there. And these are Wandjina spirits from, I'm told that Crystal tells me that they only come from WA. And there's some Gauguin, people on a beach in Gauguin in Tahiti. And little flowers, another butterfly, another love heart. I really like my inner child, and I stuck on another crystal. My inner child really likes holographic, psychedelic dreaming, bright coloured, glittery things. So inside the case we have Frida Kahlo, whom I greatly admire because she was so ill for so long and had quite a difficult relationship with Diego Rivera, and yet still managed to create the most exquisite art in spite of being so very, very ill. And so she was an inspiration to me to remind me that, you know, people, including myself, can do great things if we just believe in ourselves and trust ourselves enough. And this is Dragon Fruit. It's another painting by Frida Kahlo. That was from a fairy from wrapping paper. And this was from my black and white magazines. It's not you, it's me. And then a mirror image and so on and so forth. More wrapping paper. And this was a... I bought this set that makes circles, and I made two, so one circle made it on here. It got a bit, it started to run, as you can see, but oh look, who cares? It's like, no, it's not like I'm selling this or anything. This is my naughty sense of humour, because I usually make these cases with erotica. My other cases have got quite blatant erotica on them. This was meant to be more of a child's case, but I thought I've already broken that theme by putting Frida there looking so serious, so I'll go all the way, baby. And again, I'm loving these crystals. They're really coming up beautiful with the resin. And then another little fake opal crystal thingy I whacked on there. And I whacked on old lace, old braided lace. Could probably go over that on another coat, but anyway, I'll think about that. Anyway, Frida Kahlo. It's fabulous. I love it. Look, everyone else probably thinks I've lost my mind, and I think I have too, but I love it. Here's another braiding that actually came up quite good, with a photograph of my estranged daughter Jasmine when she was a little girl, with our rainbow lorikeet Jessie perched on her head. Yes, that was in my marital home there, with the ugly old burnt orange bloody kitchen bench, but never mind. It was a nice house apart from the ugly kitchen bench. And there is another old sticker, roses, greeting card. So yes, that's a bit of a mess. What can I do about that? I don't know how I can fix that. I think it's too far gone now. But anyway, so that's my, I forgot one side. Oh yes, I forgot to show you the sides. So on this side is another Frida Kahlo portrait, showing her feeling absolutely desolate and heartbroken, and I can relate to that for various reasons, not the same as hers, but different reasons. And on this side, I put a piece of, it was a fabric, I don't know what you call applique or whatever, and an antique one, and I found it in amongst Mum's stuff. And I'm storing all the stuff, and it's lying around doing nothing and just useless. So my motto in 2020 has been, use it or lose it. So there's a few nice things I've stuck on my cases because I decided that instead of them lying around uselessly rotting, they would get turned into art. And he's from one of my black and white magazines, and I just thought he was a bit quirky and a bit handsome and a bit naughty and a bit nice, because he's covered, you don't see anything, it's all just innuendo. And yes, so that's my case. And then on here I finished off, I think it's dry, is it dry? Please God let it be dry before I grab it and touch it. It didn't sound good, did it? Here's one of my, this is the kiddie one that I'm just going to use to store paper. So we've got the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And this, unfortunately I had the stupid and crazy idea of putting it underneath, so no one's going to see it. It's on the bottom of the box. But anyway, I went a bit crazy and put all sorts of interesting things on there. And then I've just finished resining it. It's from a children's book. It's from an arty thing. Art magazine. Greeting card. Another Frida Kahlo. I like Frida's quirky art, and I love her use of colour. And then I put here, it's hard to get rid of the reflection of the gloss, some random man and a fairy, and then this group of people, this famous old portrait, and then a fairy, and then my quirky psychedelic man. I love them. And then some pussycats. And I'm going to have to sand those globby bits down. Oh, it's so hard to get the resin right because you always get globby bits. Anyway, I've given this, actually, it's third coat now. So it's driving me bats. But anyway, I think this one is completed. Apart from sanding down those little globby bits, the drip marks. it's completed. So inside, this is what it looks like inside. Look, I really love it. I really love it. Ms. 5 really loves it. Ms. 55 really loves it. So it was a lot of work, a lot of faffing about, you know. They're not easy to make, these decoupage boxes, because it's getting the resin right and the time it takes to glue everything on. This one I put little gold hearts and little butterflies. So I also made, where is it? I made a heart there out of some pink foil I had and glitter. So that took a lot of time faffing about. So I've had a lot of playfulness in the past few weeks and months doing these. Yes, I'm very satisfied with that. That's definitely finished. Very satisfied indeed. I can put all those papers back. All my decoupage papers. And this is the lid. Uh-oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's okay, crisis over. This is the lid that goes on that box. So I've shown you this before, I think. So, yes. And I just glued on the sides this really lovely, I bought it in a craft shop, glittery sort of fabric tape, which I thought was interesting. Just because it was too narrow to decoupage. I see I've got a big hair stuck on that. Oh goodness me. And sort of bits and pieces there. I didn't end up decoupaging the whole edges. I think I just got tired and bored, which happens with me. I'm a typical Aries. Halfway through a job, we'll just go, blah, done, can't be bothered anymore. So I have actually finished it to completion, or good enough to complete. And so this just sits on top of the hair. Now hang on, let's get it right. Let's get it right. And voila, or should I say, et voila. So, and here I still have papers drying because the rain rained on my parade and I wasn't happy about that. And these are more with pink ones I've managed to do with, I used watercolour old paints that I threw in a jar and just left the water to soak through. So that one got a bit lighter in colour for some reason, more purple than the pink, but anyway, it's all good. It's all good, doesn't matter. So I have been very creative. I haven't been a complete loser this year. And I sent the last of the knitted fairies off away as a Christmas present to someone. I don't know if it's arrived yet because they haven't commented over whether they've got it. So I'm thinking it may not have arrived, which is disappointing, but you know, Australia Post being Australia Post. And that was my fairy that went to Proserpine and came back to me because, yes, some people were, yeah, never mind, hurtful and unappreciative of the gifts I give them. And here's Beauregard. Beauregard says, Mama, I want my living room back. I do too. Soon, Beauregard. Over in this corner, we have these 3 cases to finish off. And then I shall be done. So that one's got it almost finished. I've just got to do the inside and resin, or finish putting pictures on, resin the inside. And then I might get back to knitting fairies. I don't know, I'm tired of knitting things, especially when people are unappreciative. So we shall see what we shall see. Anyway, that's it from Sacred Space, people. Have a good day, have a good evening. Have a happy new year tomorrow night.